Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Nana Firdaus, and on today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to cut and sew this beautiful cape hijab. Without further ado, let's get started. For this tutorial, I'll be using 1 yard of lycra fabric. So what you do is you fold your fabric along the 36 inches length. You fold it into 2. After folding it into 2, so I'm going to mark my half of my face opening, which is my face opening is 22 inches divided by 2, which is 11 inches plus 1 inch allowance, that's 12 inches. So from that 12-inch mark, I'm going to go in by 5 inches on a slanted line this way. And for the back, I'm going to use 17 inches. So I marked my 17-inch mark this way. And I'll cut everything out from the 12-inch mark to the 5-inch mark, then down to the 17-inch mark of the back. Then you notch the midpoint of your face opening. Now it's time to cut the body of the cape hijab. You fold your fabric into 2 this way. To get the circumference that you'll be working with for the main body of your cape hijab, you place your hijab that you cut earlier, you place it down, then you measure from where the 5-inch mark stopped. You measure it down to the back, down to the center back. And whatever you get there, you divide it by 2. I got 18 inches. So divided by 2, that's 9 inches. So I'll be marking 9 inches from the folded edge inwards this way. Then I'll use 15 inches for the length, for the front length, and the side will be 7 inches. You can make your side shorter or longer depending on what you are going for, but I'll be using 7 inches for mine. So the next thing I'll do is I'll cut everything out from my 15 inches down to my 7 inches, then down to the 9 inches, and that's the front part. Then I'll use the front part to cut the back part out by tracing the same thing out on the remaining fabric, and that's it. So now to the cap, I'll fold my fabric into 4 this way. Then the cap height I'll be using is 4 inches and the cap width I'll be using is 7 inches. Then I'll cut the cap out this way. So to cut the casing that you'll be using around the neckline, you will multiply the circumference that you got earlier, the 18 inches that I got earlier, times 2, which is 36 inches. Then I'll add 1 inch sewing allowance to it, that's 37 inches. So I'll be cutting 2 inches by 37 inches. So on a fold, it is going to be 2 inches by 18.5 inches. To join everything together, I'll start with the hijab part. So I'll place my hijab body with the right side facing up. Then I'll make sure that the cap has the right side outside. Then I'll place the notched point on my hijab cap on the notched point on the midpoint of my face opening. I'll place it on each other this way with the right sides facing each other. Then I'll pin the midpoints together. That's the notched point. Then I'll align my fabric properly and sew the hijab cap to the hijab face opening. After joining my hijab cap to my main hijab body, I'll fold the face opening into 2. Remember that I said my face opening was 22 inches, so divided by 2, that's 11 inches. So I'll measure my 11 inches from the upper part downwards this way. So from that 11 inches, I'm going to sew it down. And the hijab part is ready. So what you do is you notch the midpoint of the back part of your hijab because you need it when you want to join it to the other part of the cape hijab. So now I'll be joining the other parts together, the front and back parts together with the right sides facing each other. You make sure that the right sides are facing each other. Then you join the sides. Once you are done with that, you fold both the front and back pieces together. Then you notch the midpoints this way. You fold it into 2 and notch the midpoint. After notching the midpoint, you turn it inside out, making sure that the right side is outside. So you pick your main hijab body, and what you do is you make sure that the part where you join the front of your hijab piece will be on one part of the notch point, will be on the notch point on one of the panels, and the notch point on the back part of your hijab will be on the other, it will be placed on the other notch point on the second panel this way. Then you turn the panel in such a way that the hijab will be inside the panel, same way I did it, and this is what you have. Then you sew it together. You sew the hijab and the other hijab panels together. After joining it together, this is what you have. So now it's time to place the casing on it. So what you do is you're going to hem the ends of your hijab. After hemming the ends of your hijab, what you do is you're going to measure the neck circumference. Then you add half an inch. Then you multiply it by 2. Whatever you get is the length of your fabric that you will need. So after cutting that out, you are going to insert 2 eyelets to the midpoint of your fabric this way. And then you join your fabrics together with the right side facing each other. After joining it together, this is what you have. So you'll be placing your fabric on the neckline of your hijab in such a way that the eyelets will align with the part where you join the front part of your hijabs together, as you can see in the video. Then I pinned it down. After pinning it down, you are going to fold the ends and sew it around the hijab neckline. So you fold the ends inward and then you top stitch on it. Once you are done with the first side, you repeat the same thing for the second side too, by folding the ends inwards and top stitching on it round your neckline. Once you are done with that, this is what you have, and it's time to insert your chain into the casing. So I just used my safety pin to insert my chain into it, and after inserting the chain into the casing, I attached a button to both ends of the chain so that it won't go into the casing, and your hijab is ready. This is the final look of the hijab. If you found this tutorial video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, suggestions, or tips you would like to share, kindly drop them in the comment section below. Have a great day. Ma salam.
Sometimes the plan of Allah doesn't make sense to us. You know, sometimes it seems as if the plan of Allah is not really working out. You see, this is how tawakkul works.